they'll be calling you a radical. I got to do this. That's my house. Right there was my house. These scumbags took this house away from me. Illegally. That's it right now. So, I got to do this video. Now, there's the sign. They say, well, there's that sign. So, there's been another death right here. Run off the road right here. The exact square inch. This is at least 6 deaths on this curve. I did a famous interview with the Stand before they blackballed me. You know, before they turned into propaganda media, KSL propaganda. They weren't part. So they says, oh no, incidents. This curve should not be here. I grew up here. This road was not here when I was a kid. This road didn't even exist here when I was a kid. So that when they put it here, why is that fucking curve here? You know, they finally closed this right here, the railroad crossing. But there's been so many deaths right here that they took this. This is a so-called high-ranking scumbag Mormon. They call him president, whatever the fuck that means. He's a scumbag, by the way. They legally got this house. I built this house with cash. And I want to show you how they ruined it. And I want to show you this is at least, so apparently from what I understand, there was an incident up the road. Everybody works at IRS up the road. Supposedly somebody rear-ended somebody, whatever. And so some gung-ho Johnny Good lately started chasing these guys. Well, remember I did a video the other morning right here? I talked about it. I was coming up. I live right around the corner over there. I grew up here. And so right around the corner, remember I said somebody come up on me and tried to run me off the road right here the other morning? By the way, right down to the end of the road is Western Zirconium. They do the exact same thing Karen Silkwood. But apparently, I don't know the whole of the situation, but my neighbor told me that somebody was chasing them. Now, let me show you. This is the exact square inch. So, 10 years ago, I'm driving home here, right here, and this vehicle come flying up on me in the middle of the night, about 2 o'clock in the morning. I was coming home way late from the airport. And so, these Ogden High kids in a Hummer rolled here. It had been raining or they all would have been dead. So one of them's head was pinned up underneath the axle of the vehicle. Right here. I dug him out right here. Me and his brother. You know, I hear he has some brain damage. They were on the football team. They're homecoming. But little Melina was killed. I was giving her mouth to mouth right there. She died. By the way, the helicopter got here before the police, you know. So when I was building this house, the Barrow kid went off there and his friend, both, here we go, Weber State, great. There we go. So, he went off here. You could see the lines where the exact identical to the square inch where that Hummer started to roll 10 years ago. It rolled exactly the same way. You could see what happened. They blew this turn. They overcorrected just like she did. You know, the young woman, her name was Valerie, very sad. And so they rolled. There was 6 of them here. Exact square inch. It happened the same exact way. This embankment's big. And so they rolled off here. And this was in 2007. And they kept rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. They ended up in the driveway up there, down inside there. And Melina was standing up. And then she collapsed. And she went down. And I was giving her mouth to mouth. As she passed away, she'd smacked her head. Beautiful 15-year-old little girl, Ogden High. So, I built this house. You could see where they came off. This is a death trap. This is a death curve. So, it's a speed, whatever. So, you can't make a mistake. And I want to tell these people to say, it's a speed. That Ray Mibus, the famous coach, he doesn't drink. He's a pillar of the community. He went off here when I lived here. How about Harold Ross, pillar of the community? Lived here his entire life. He went off here because I pulled him out. I had a Western Zirconium guy when I was living in that house before the scumbags took it away from the IRS and a bunch of haters in this community. I built that house with cash, by the way. And the whole scam where they took it from me was so illegal. And you saw how beautiful and cool it was. They ruined it. You know, tear down the big Buddhas. That's what they do, which they did right there Right behind it, that video that I shot, they tore down Frank Lloyd Wright, the elementary school right there. Yeah, that's it. These are the fucking Mormons that tore down the big Buddhas. That's what they do to the fucking art. So, this is so outrageous that they will not fix this curve. This is at least the 6th death right here. This road didn't even exist here till the early 70s. I remember when they put it, and I remember everybody in this community was having a fit. So, Melina, that Hummer had rolled right down into here. And she was right here. I was giving her mouth to mouth and she passed away right here. The Barrel Boy and they came this way, went off, and they were killed right there. So right here in the square at Melina, these two, Barrel and his friend, you know, I'm headed to San Diego to try to protect these people from rain. Western Conium's right down the road. It's almost hot. Not on the beach. You know, they want to put it here. So, you can see what they did to this house. Fucking scumbags. It's an award-winning house. I won a lot of freaking awards with it, whatever. Tore the stained glass out of it. So, I asked him one day, I said, what'd you do with those? I had built 2 giant mosaics in the entryway and up in the upstairs bathroom. I said, what'd you do with the mosaics? You know what he said to me? What's a mosaic? Right there, they tore down the big Buddhas. So, I, got a hold of the paper. Yeah, they're hunting. It's not going. By the way, the Great Salt Lake's going dry. It's right here. I live right there. My family's parents, the first person buried in the fucking cemetery is my great very first one. White boy. By the way, I remember when I was a kid, the guy that ran the cemetery said when he was pushing up, making the cemetery, this is when I was a boy, and he was an old timer, said they're pushing up native bones. Little soldiers buried right there on our family thing. So, why don't you leave, Kevin? I was here first. I'm native. So, happy Thanksgiving. I mean, thanks-taking. So, this is where they were killed. Nobody will bother even picking up the garbage. There's part of their vehicle. So outrageous. I mean, we discount life so dramatically in this state. Another one of my friends, I just got word his son committed suicide. We have a major suicide epidemic here. By the way, that ran up at Weber High. They go to Weber High that, Blanch, you know what they said. I know their parents. Out here, scumbag, hardcore racists. This is the parenting. These people are haters. This is a hater culture. It's very sad. Very sad. Oh, they were going a little too fast, cop tells me. Oh, really? So you've never gone a little too fast. When's the last time you pulled anybody over? They don't pull anybody over for speed. They let people drive that because, it's dangerous for the cops. I understand that. I wonder if they hit this skunk. Maybe they swerved to miss him, huh? No, he'd been dead a while. Very sad. They tore down the Frank Lloyd Wrights right behind me. They tore down the big Buddha. Very sad. It's heartbreaking that they will not fix this. They refuse. Oh, they were going too fast. What a master. That's all lath and plaster, hand scroll work. They tore that all that scroll work around those windows and whatever, they tore them off. And I got to tell this story before I shut off the camera. So right there in the driveway, I'm driving home one day. There's a lot of snow owls right here, used to be. So I'm driving home. The snow owl in the middle of the day is flying right next to my window. Well, I'm native enough. I know that's not good. It's not good. So the next day I get home in the middle of the day, he's laying dead right in the center of that driveway, right to the square inch where Melina took her last breath. So I still have the shirt covered with blood as I was giving mouth to mouth to her. Cops didn't do anything for me, whatever. All they say, oh, was they drinking? I says, how the fuck would I know if they're fucking drinking? So that's all their question. They're self-righteous fuckers around here. It's all said, do as I say, not as I do. Go pop your pills. Go pop your pills. It's very sad. So my daughter, I bought her a car to go to school, FIDM, the one that got married. She got married in the Mediterranean Sea. She works for Fendi in Rome. She's a fashion designer. She married a Gucci model. So you saw the videos of the wedding. So I brought a car home and I parked it right there and I put it for sale, and it had been snowing. About 3 o'clock in the morning, some guy come knocking on my door, and I'm like, what the hell? He says, oh, he's just shaking. He says, oh my God, I just hit that car. He says, I was going faster, spinning, I lost control right there on that curve. He says, and he'll tell you, he worked as a zirconium. If I wouldn't have hit that car, I'd be dead. It's a big drop off. He smacked that car, exploded like a bomb. So that's what they do here. They tear down the big Buddhas. You know, they're self-righteous. It's horrible. I grew up here. I've been here my whole life, you know. This curve should not be here. You know, the barrel boy, the other boy that was with him, I believe that happened in '94. He was in a convalescent center for a long time. He passed tragically. Fantastic young man. You know, oh, they made a mistake. Yeah, well, that's what we all do. We're humans. We're flawed. You know. They made a mistake. They're okay. I got a hunch somebody was chasing them. I almost got run off the road right here. Karen Silkwood. Thumb was hot. Right down the road, Western Zirconium. That's what they do. They mock. By the way, they're decommissioning where they said there was no nuclear waste out there at Little Mountain. Now they're admitting it. They're digging it out of what they call the trench. You know. Try to keep all this a secret. You know. Shoshone ancient burial grounds. Very, very sad. But these self-righteous turn on the big Buddhists. What a tragedy they did to that house. See you in San Diego. I'm headed there this afternoon. You know, I'll be working all the tide pools. I'll document all the tide pools up and down. I'll be sending off at the nuclear reactor. They're trying to bring the waste right here, by the way. You know, as I defend these people that hate me. And like I said, that girl that screamed that yell, hey, he's a dentist up there, her dad. I know her. The mom right here, I know her too, grew up right. They're racist hardcore since the parents. You know, that's how they are. Tear down the big Buddhists. Stay in tune it.